Halloween movies from the 80s.
Kyle's come up with a list of some movies that are classics, some of which I've never seen before.
What's your pleasure, Mr. Cotton?
Like, God's not gonna like this.
Why?
Well, this is it. The old homestead.
It's an older film. It's going to look older. It's going to feel older. But I'm telling you, it's a gem.
One of his famous getaways.
And it works like it's in that time period.
Kirsty, come here.
This is a big house.
Well, I'll give you the grand tour if we ever get this goddamn bed moved.
That's the trailer. Like, this bed sucks. Yeah.
You love her, so there must be something that will happen.
I wish it were that soon. She doesn't even want to leave the house.
4K restoration. It's not really going to matter.
Julia?
That's a good idea. It's a gory soap opera.
I need more. It opens doors.
What kind of doors?
Look at him.
The pleasures of heaven or hell. The Cenobites. It's only a matter of time before they find I've slipped them.
One of the best horror villain whatever's icons, Pinhead.
I know.
You opened it. We came.
Nice. So here's a scene from the film. It's not really going to spoil too much, I think, but this gives you an idea of kind of the style and the directing.
Come on!
Okay. Oh.
Standard hospital in America. I don't know what the big deal is.
Hey.
The Chatterer. And all the Cenobites have different personalities. They were punished for different reasons, and now they are getting, like, torture punished, but they love it.
Right.
Oh!
Hey. Oh.
Chubby guy. Never really that popular.
You opened it. We came.
Wait! Please wait!
No time for argument.
You've done this before, right?
Many, many times.
To a man called Frank Cotton.
Oh, yes.
He escaped you.
Nobody escapes us.
He did. I've seen him.
Impossible.
He's alive.
Supposing he had escaped us. What has that to do with you?
I can lead you to him, and you can take him back instead of me.
Perhaps we prefer you. I want to hear him confess.
Oh!
Right.
Well, you could just get wrapped up in these.
Yeah, we didn't say anything the whole time.
Overall, they nail that the Pinhead scenes and kind of those moments you're arguing and dealing with demons and they just rip people in half. They rip like people out of their skin.
One of the great things about the movie is that it is kind of low budget, but they really maximize production value. A lot of it holds up, especially to different films of the era. Like, I thought that looked way better than fucking Pumpkinhead. Can't recommend Hellraiser enough. Hellraiser 2 was great. The rest of them, not so much.
No, don't bother.
Nightbreed, this is the first movie I ever snuck into. I think the statute of limitations has passed to where I can admit that now.
Buried in Midian. Ain't nothing but dead folk.
Somewhere, hidden from sight, closer than you might think, is a place that's not on any map. Midian.
Something's...
I like this already.
It's fantastic.
I've never seen it.
But they call it home.
There goes the neighborhood.
They're not
Oh my god. Was that a turkey man blob?
Yes.
Go back now. You hear?
They're not even human. But this time,
How did I miss this?
they're the good guys. From the imagination.
I've seen this 100 times.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That was a cool shot.
You can't go down there!
They have only one enemy. A beast called man, sworn to destroy the Nightbreed.
Sounds like we're going head-to-head with the devil himself.
And only one chance. A man.
A mullet.
Fantasies. Clive Barker brings you.
Oh, Clive Barker. No wonder it felt like Hellraiser.
Right?
This feels like he did this before or after Hellraiser.
I think this is after Hellraiser, but before Hellraiser 2.
As a hero.
There's a human that dies and he becomes one of them, and he goes to their area and then discovers like their secret society where they're hiding from mankind.
That has to be Bedhead, right? That can't be like a style.
Every time I see hairstyles from the 80s, I always think that wasn't a hairstyle that people had.
Uh-huh.
So maybe there was this thing in like Hollywood 80s to where they needed to like hyperbolize and exaggerate
Really. You know,
the hair.
this looks awesome.
Yeah, so each Nightbreed creature has a completely different style about them.
Yes.
And like you saw the turkey blob man, and then like the demon with the dreadlocked skin.
It's very... Look, that even looks like a Cenobite from
Right.
Hellraiser.
The enemy is regular humans that are trying to exterminate them.
Wait, so are they the good guys?
They're the good guys.
Weird.
Yeah. He finds out from this guy that's dying in the hospital about this place, and then he finds the place, and this is his first encounter with them.
He's natural.
No. I've killed people. I'm like you, that's
I do have to say, I don't think I like that actor. That guy.
Oh, the main guy?
This guy.
He's the worst part of it.
Okay, good. Well, you're on the same page.
Right.
I didn't come to die. I came to be with you.
No. Sorry. I can smell innocence. At 50 yards.
I've killed people. I've killed 15 people.
Who told you that? I'm a beast.
Whoa! He's transforming into something worse? Oh, that's how he turns him?
I guess so.
Careful with the makeup. Wow, what a strange... Yeah, I think I heard of it once. That guy's face is like the moon. It's hard to take.
You know, it's Mac tonight.
Crescent moon, yeah. I was always a huge fan of Hellraiser and those kinds of films. I would have loved to have checked this out. This has total Hellraiser vibe all through it. And if there's anything that I wish there was more of, was more Hellraiser 1 and 2. We might be back for Nightbreed.
Friday the 13th Part 1 is a completely different kind of horror movie.
Mm-hmm. When people think of Friday the 13th, especially nowadays, they think of all the reboots, all the failure, all the this isn't scary. But when this started out, there's a reason why it did so well with such a tiny budget.
Hello? Who's that?
I mean, this looks like Blair Witch at this point. It's practically handheld.
One.
And the story is not traditional. It's not what you think. It's not a dumb movie. The acting and overall feel of it is pretty good.
In Friday the 13th Part 1, the camp counselors were out fooling around and getting high, and they weren't being at their lifeguard station, and this woman's son drowned. His name was Jason. And spoiler alert, the movie's 40 years old now. I think it's fair. The mom was the one killing all the camp counselors as kind of revenge. Which was kind of a novel idea, but there wasn't anything supernatural. It was just kind of a slasher.
Yeah.
But when we get into Friday the 13th Part 2, that's where things start to get good.
By the way, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon's in this.
If you want to play 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with this movie, it's 1 degree away.
He gets stabbed through the neck with a arrow or something. Speaking of the devil,
there he is. And he's getting high, so he has to get killed.
Gotta die now.
So that's the 80s horror movie thing. If you fool around, if you have sex, and if you do drugs, you have to die. That's why the person that survives the movie never did any of those things.
Right. But one thing that this did well was hide who the killer was, and even when you know, it's still hard to believe that it's the woman, but they do a pretty good job. That doesn't age well. But everything else does, and it does a pretty dang good job of feeling closer to realistic and more like Texas Chainsaw Massacre's first film than anything else. I think they did a great job with this film. Part 2. I have not seen this in a long time.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight.
Yeah, they really lean into the whole killer thing now. It's not, there's no real mystique. You're kind of just diving in. That guy got work again. That's good.
Some sort of demented creature.
If I was you, I'd have located in the next county. Quiet for 5 years, and that's the way we want to keep it.
Legend has it that Jason saw his mother beheaded and he took his revenge. A revenge that he'll continue to seek if anyone ever enters his wilderness again.
Yeah, he doesn't even have his iconic mask until, I think, the third film.
Oh, yeah, it's just a bag, huh?
Yeah. That's how new and different this was. Like, they didn't have this all planned out, but it wasn't in a terrible way. It wasn't in, like, we need to make money instantly way. It turned into that.
They're tense movies.
Yeah.
It's not just a guy walking around slashing people, like, to kind of figure out what's going on. Friday the 13th, the first few.
This was our attempt to try to get into the Halloween spirit and talk a little bit about some of our favorite films and not so favorite films, just to give you an idea of what we are about.
Halloween movies from the 80s were totally rad. This is your chance to check out or avoid some of them.
Happy Halloween.